Hi.
Afternoon, Ronald. First of all, can we get your reaction to new contracts for Leighton Baines, Gareth Barry and Mason Holgate?
No, of course, I'm happy. If I don't see any future for these players, then they don't sign new contracts. Okay. Gareth is okay. He showed also this season that he's still a key player for the team. And of course, he's still fit and fitness-wise very good to play one more year for Everton. And Leighton also showed to be one of the key players. He defensively good left fullback, good boy, and of course he's a little bit younger than Gareth, and happy that he will stay. And Mason, we know it's a big talent, and played already 4 or 5 games in the Premier League, and on his age, and of course he needs to develop more, but that's future, and he's part already of the first team, and he's doing well, and we know when he came off the bench the last time, then he showed really that quality what you need in the substitutes, but he's young and future for the club.
With Ross Barkley having just 18 months left on his contract, is he next? What plans are there to extend his stay beyond that?
We know that it's about 18 months of contract. I think it's not the priority now. And of course, in New Year, we will have talks about his situation and about his future. But I think now, the priority now is play and win, and we will see what happens in January.
With Ross, though, having been linked with Spurs, I just wonder what you made of that, and does it make it more of a priority?
I don't know. I'm not interested in what you write, what you said about futures of players, because there's nobody knocking on the door about which player from Everton.
Can I just check as well how Yannick Bolasie is? Has he had an operation as yet?
He had yesterday his first surgery. He had also, we know about his ECL, but the first operation, the surgery was about his meniscus. And now the boy need to wait around 8 till 9, 10 weeks when they do the surgery about his ECL, but he will be out for a long time.
And in terms of the squad, no other injury problems heading into the Merseyside derby?
No.
What kind of a choice do you have in the centre of midfield going into this game, Ronald? Just because of the way that James McCarthy was able to press against Arsenal, and obviously Gareth Barry can offer you perhaps more control when in possession. So how much of a decision have you got to weigh up there?
No, that's okay. That I understand that I need to make decisions, but that's on the midfield. That's in front. By the defenders, Phil is not available for Monday. But okay, I'm happy that I have different options, and I will choose for the best one.
When you look at this derby, and you've been involved in a few derbies in your time as well as both a manager and a player, what's the build-up been like to this one?
Of course, it's not a normal match. We know about the derby rivalry between Everton and Liverpool. But okay, it's from out of my position, it's to prepare the team. And of course, you have always in this kind of derbies, you have an emotional part, and that you need to control. And that's, I think, it's the most important. And we showed last Tuesday 2 different phases in the game, and okay, everybody knows which phase we like to have from the start in the game, and that is what we need. And okay, the derby, it's all about the fans, and we understand that, but we need to be calm and prepare the game in the way how we like to prepare the game.
Have you spoken to anyone just to find out what the essence of the Merseyside derby is?
Not today. We had a day off yesterday, and then we start this morning, but that will be part of the meetings, of course, for Saturday and Sunday.
With Everton's derby record of just 1 win in the last 19, though, what bearing does that have on the mindset, if at all? I mean, obviously, I appreciate it's a different setup now under yourself.
Yes, that's not good. Eh? 1 out of 19. It's time to beat them, and of course, and every time when you don't win, the one who you will win will come closer, or not.
Are these the kind of occasions that you relish, though, when you
No, but
look through
okay,
your career?
you know, it's okay. You need to accept it, how difficult it is, and win the game, and make the fans happy.
What's your favourite derby that you've been involved with?
Well, my favorite was between Barcelona and Madrid, because I think that's really that rivalry between Catalonia and Madrid, and it's not only the football side; it's also a little bit the political side involved in that game. But that was really special. But I'm looking forward to be part of the Merseyside derby.
A bit different to what you experienced in Holland. You changed sides a few times as well with
Yeah,
Ajax,
Ajax
PSV,
Feyenoord.
Feyenoord.
That's really that fight in Holland between two big clubs. And but okay, everybody told me about the Merseyside one. That's really that derby what everybody likes, and I'm looking forward.
In 4 of the last 5 games, Ronald, your team has scored in the last 5 minutes, and in 3 of those 5, it's changed the outcome of the game as well in terms of points being picked up. Everton picked up 11 points from losing positions, which is the most in the Premier League. What does that tell you about your side? And I suppose it just emphasises well the frustration of starting slowly.
Yeah, but the positive side is that we keep our belief, our spirit till the end of the game to get a better result, and that's part of the character of the players. And of course, you like to go up in the score in the game, but then maybe it's a little bit different. But of course, we like to start better. And last Tuesday, in my opinion, it was more about nervous and no confident in the game, but we make it difficult in the start. But we had a great reaction in the game, and that's the way how we need to play, and at least at home, because we had really that understanding from the fans, and then makes it really tough for every opponent to win on Goodison Park.
And in terms of Liverpool, they've slipped from the top since mid-November, so do you still see them as title contenders this season?
No, they are strong. They are doing well, but they lost away against Bournemouth. They had a draw against West Ham. It's not so difficult, because if Bournemouth can win against Liverpool, we also in possibility to win the game.
Just a couple, if I may. Just in terms of Gareth's new contract, you mentioned when we spoke last time about maybe managing Gareth. Is that the way forward for him with the extra year as well?
No, but when he, and that we need to wait, because that's all about next season. But still, he is that player and who runs a lot in distances. He's still one of the players who run the most of every player, and that's because his fitness still is okay, and he's clever, that type of player. And of course, in this period, it's a lot of fixtures. You need to protect a little bit Gareth in that way, and that was the reason that he did not start against Arsenal. And if he stay on this fitness level, then he's still a good player for next season.
And I know you've touched upon it as far as derby matches are concerned, but what were you like personally in the build-up to derby matches like this? Were you different in them? Was it every game the same? How was it?
No, you don't need really that motivation to play, because the press is talking about that game. The fans, if you go walk through Liverpool, for example, for players, and everybody will speak about that game, and it's an easy motivation to bring to the players, and then it's about tactical questions, about control emotions, because that's always a big part in the game. And don't make stupid falls, don't make stupid reactions, and stay with 11 on the pitch.
And you had that lovely visit to Alder Hay hospital this week as well. Was that the main point of conversation as you went round there, win the derby?
Yeah, but okay, that's really nice because that makes everybody after a good win against Arsenal what's the most important in life. And if we can give them that support to visit the kids, then of course we do it.
Thank you.
Ronald, how important do you sense that win on Tuesday was, and what difference has it made to the kind of mood around the place?
I think it was really important. First of all, of course, the 3 points, but the way how we played after the first 20 minutes. I think that was really important to know what we need to do as a team. And with that positive aggression on the pitch, the pressing, the compact, the team, really, really good. And okay, sometimes it's difficult to play always like that because it's also about opponents. But that spirit in the team is so important to show that, and then you get really a reaction from the fans, and that make it still more difficult for every opponent to play away against Everton.
So, I mean, if the fans are like that on Monday, that's going to make it very hard for Liverpool, isn't it?
Yeah, but not for every opponent. It will be difficult. You saw from the Arsenal game that they lost a little bit. They lost battles, they lost second balls, and then you can make it difficult for them, and that's for every opponent if they need to play away against Everton.
And James McCarthy, obviously haven't had him available for a lot of the season. But do you feel like now he's getting back to his best, what he showed against Arsenal, and how important will he be going forward?
Yes, of course. It was a long time that he was not really that on that level of fitness. He was struggling and he was fit, and after 1 or 2 weeks, again a hamstring injury, and now he's really on a good level of fitness, and then okay, the player can show the best out of him. And I think we saw from James, his performance was outstanding, and in football, but it starts by him on the midfield, the reaction after 20 minutes, and the most of the players followed and make it difficult to Arsenal, and that's what you like from each player. But of course he did very well.
Okay, thanks guys.